Today I will be discussing ArcGIS story maps. Story maps let you combine authoritative maps with narrative text, images, and multimedia content to create an interactive web map. You can harness the power of ArcGIS Online by creating a story map from one of your own ArcGIS Online web maps. There is no coding required. In minutes you can create an interactive web map using the Esri story map templates, and Esri has dozens of templates for you to choose from. You start by going to Esri's story map webpage and picking a template. Once you pick the template, you can follow a step-by-step tutorial to build your story map. Once you have added all of the text, pictures, and maps that you would like to your story map, you can share your story map with anybody in your organization or with the public. So what kind of stories can you tell? You can describe places. In this example, we are showing where there are different locations for the Idaho Birding Trail. Once you have found a location that you are interested in visiting, you can click on the location to get directions on how to get to that site, the site description, and contact information. You can compare data and depict change. In this map, we are looking at the Drought Monitor comparison between June 10th and June 12th, 2014 and 2012 respectively. And as you move the slider bar, you can see the results from the different years. You can reveal patterns. This map is depicting traffic injuries and fatalities from 2004 to 2013 in the Portland area. You can show that they are showing maps for all modes, but then they are also showing separate maps based on motorists, pedestrian, bicycles, and then injuries and fatalities by year in this really nice graph. You can gather data. Here recently in Boise, the Ridge to Rivers 10-year master plan online workshop used a story map with different tabs to gather data from the public about how they should move forward in managing the Ridge to River Trail system on the edge of town. In this story map, you could go through each of the tabs and the map would change, showing the information that was relevant to the questions that they were asking. You can recount history. This story map is showing the story of Sir Ernest Henry Shackleton, who was one of the first men to attempt to get to the South Pole. You can see as you move through the different tabs, different information is displayed, and you can use one of the ArcGIS Online web maps in it as well for locational awareness that is tied to each of your pieces of your story. ArcGIS Online story maps are also a great way to share breaking news stories. In this example, they're mapping the search for the air age of flight 8501. But they're giving great information in a really awesome display and using maps to really get their point across in a very visual way. A couple of things to think about when you're putting together your story map. Try to connect with your audience. Think about Who your audience is, and avoid using little-known acronyms and jargon. Try to keep it simple and clear. Lure people in. Use attractive wording and images. Don't bombard your audience with too much information or a lot of links to external sites. The user experience should support your story. Put some thought into which story map template is best suited for telling your story. Make sure your maps aren't too busy to get your point across, and use symbology that complements your story map theme. Also, it's good to choose an appropriate base map. Strive for simplicity. Only include what is necessary for getting your point across. You don't have to include every little detail of your story. Don't overwhelm your audience with a lot of text. Make sure the audience knows why they are looking at your story map right off the bat, not halfway through your presentation. Here are a couple of resources you may find useful.